What is happening, everybody? Nimbo back at it. In today's video, same thing as always. I got a sample that I wanted to break down. I think I made it like last week or so, like 2 weeks back. Yeah, I just wanted to break it down for you guys. It's very simple, very few elements to it. Didn't even do too much in terms of like effects and everything, but I still liked it, and I felt like I just need to break it down for you guys. So moving on to the first thing, I like to say for this part, which is the piano, I used a MIDI, but I changed the MIDI a lot. So sometimes when you don't have any inspiration, don't know, feel stuck in terms of like starting your melodies, you can use MIDIs. You can always switch up the MIDI. So the original MIDI that I used here is very different from the one that you see now. Like these top notes that I have here, and a lot of these extra top notes, the Fs, the Es, and I think I switched to this chord that you guys see here. This one, changed it as well, and this. The first part, I think I left it alone, added a few notes to it, but without too much talking, I'm gonna play it, guys, for you. I used Piano Tech for this. 6 has incredible keys, pianos, different stuff. Yeah, it just for this part repeats without the top notes, and I mess with the velocity, to kind of make it sound realistic. And so I'm gonna show you the original MIDI that I plugged in, and I'll play the different version. The first one that you guys heard was the switched up version, but this was the original MIDI, untouched, nothing. So make sure you switch up your MIDIs. You don't just use them, plug it. I mean, you can just plug them in, and maybe you like it the way it sounds. You don't want to change anything about it, but for me, I'd suggest, or I'd recommend, that you guys flip your MIDIs as well. Add a few notes, take out some, whatever it is that you like. Effects, I just use the J37 default settings, and then I use the Real ADT chorus effect. The second thing was Vault, the choir. That's what it sounds like. Nothing complicated. And as far as the effects, I left it the way it was. And then coming to the vocals, this is what it sounds like with effects. For me, so the first thing I did was, as you can see, the BPM is at 95, but I think I recorded these vocals at a lower BPM, maybe 80 or something, and then I brought it back up. And I'll play the dry vocals. And usually what I do in these situations, for this sample specifically, I didn't care about the words because I knew I was gonna put it in the background. So I didn't use like words or anything like that, like backseat in a man. It doesn't make any sense. As you guys, you'll hear it. I was more interested in the melody than the words because I knew I was gonna add a lot of reverb to it. But I'll play the dry vocals for you guys so that you have an idea of what it sounded like before. Backseat in my days, fly me in a backseat in my ways, you in a backseat in my ways. Oh, backseat in my days. Hey, wait me. No words, doesn't make sense at all, but it was the melody that I wanted from the vocals. As far as the effects, I got on the auto-tune, B minor, return speed at 11, humanizer at like 50%, 55 to be exact. And then I got Devil Lock, default setting, and then cymatics as well, the default setting with the reel to reel all the way down. You know, I love this Devil Lock and cymatics combo. You can just plug it in, you know, it does magic to vocals. In my opinion, I love it. Added a lot of reverb. As you can tell, the wet 100% took the reverb off from the low end a bit using this knob, and then finally I added a fruity delay, very basic, but only like 27%. Now moving on to, I wanted to add extra groove to it, give it momentum. So I got this perk loop, got it from Lona Lea's R&B Volume 1 right here, and then just to kind of give it rhythm. Simple but very effective. So far, this is what the sample sounds like. So you get the idea. It's coming along very well, but I still felt like you needed something, some extra texture to it. So, and that's when I used the Jumble Demo default setting, free plugin put on by Mac. Shout out to Mac Shooter. Just one note. Like I said, it's like a texture plugin, so even though it's one note, it will sound very different. And then as far as effects, I didn't even do anything to it. That's what it just sounds like on its own. For section B, I just reversed it. Now moving on to the strings, I used Zenolo AX small strings. I mean, I came up with like a whole pattern, but I only ended up using one note, which is the B. So I only took one note and I messed around with the pitch. Only added it twice throughout the entire sample. Last but not least is the bass. I didn't want to start the whole sample with the bass like right here, but I wanted the bass to come spontaneously throughout the sample. Spider bass, also from Lona Lea's. I brought up the attack to 15%. I just preferred it that way. And yeah, that's the sample. Not a lot of elements to it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.